Hey, welcome back everyone. It's me only on PlayStation VR 2. So, this news recently came out from, I believe, Games Radar. It is Games Radar by Hirun Cryer, that's the publisher. And this is titled as PlayStation VR 2 price cut might be needed to avoid a complete disaster. So let me read the article, and after I finish reading the article, then I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on it and let you know what I think. All right, so let's go ahead and let's read this. PlayStation VR 2 is reportedly off to a slow sales start. Sony's new gen PlayStation 5 headset just launched right around a month ago, and it apparently isn't faring too well on the market, as reported by Bloomberg. Research firm IDC estimates the PlayStation VR 2 has sold around 270,000 units since launch, which isn't a good thing. That's a quarter of a million, and that's not good. I agree. The IDC research firm claims Sony might need to consider a price cut for the PlayStation VR 2 if it wants to significantly boost sales. I suspect a price cut on the PlayStation VR 2 will be needed to avoid a complete disaster, the representative of the research firm told the Bloomberg. And Bloomberg, you got to trust Bloomberg because they're all about the investments and stock market, and they know business. So I think this is accurate, and this is probably one of the reasons why Sony's keeping quiet and why you are not seeing any advertisements and why you can't buy it in the stores, etc., etc. Bloomberg previously claimed Sony had a goal of selling right around 2 million PSVR 2 units in the few weeks after the launch. Considering the research firm estimates that merely 270,000 units have been sold worldwide. This is quarter of a million units worldwide. This is bad. In around a month. So it took a month just to sell a quarter of a million PSVR 2 headsets around the world. That's pretty bad. I mean, if you look at the PlayStation VR 1, they sold 5 million units. 5 million units worldwide. In just the first month, they sold 5 million units. So PlayStation VR 1 kicked the butt when it was first released. But that's because we'll talk about that later as to why that is. And it says right here 270,000 units have been sold worldwide in around a month. That's a serious disappointment for Sony. Yeah, to sell only 270,000 units worldwide in a month, 30 days, that's pretty bad. A previous report earlier this year claimed Sony was cutting production numbers, and I think Bloomberg was right about that too, of their new headset, slashing figures from 2 million to 1 million headsets being produced around launch. Sony later denied these claims, but if the report was genuine, it cut production figures could have actually been a good thing for Sony given the disappointing sales claims. I think that they did cut it because they weren't so sure about this either. In our full PlayStation VR 2 review, we noticed that the VR device would be worth its weight in the gold in the near future, but it's not there right now. Although its price may seem high for a console accessory, it justifies itself as much more than that, with features that even the best VR headsets on the market struggles to pack in, we wrote last month. All right, so let me give you my 2 cents on how I feel about this and what I think. I said from the beginning that PlayStation VR 2, it's a good technical device. The tech that's built inside PlayStation VR 2, it's pretty amazing. And I said that, and I'll stay by that statement. I will stay behind that statement that I made in January. And now that I have tested it for a month and a half, I can confirm that it is a cutting edge technology in terms of visuals and other accolades that are included inside the headset. But I also have said, and I also have criticized Sony for going down the same path, the same road as Stadia. And I know Stadia, it's a cloud gaming, but in terms of marketing, just like Stadia, in terms of marketing, I think this is where Sony is failing. Well, let's go through some of these red flags that Sony has, that I have acknowledged since the launch of this PlayStation VR 2. Number one, why is it only being sold directly from a PlayStation Direct? Why am I not able to go into a Walmart, Target, Best Buy? Why can I order it from Amazon? I should be able to walk into EB Games, GameStop, all of these places I should be able to go into and purchase this. I should be able to purchase an additional controllers, walk into a Best Buy, walk into a GameStop, walk into EB Games, etc., Walmart, what have you. I should be able to purchase these in additional Sense controllers. I should be able to do that. So those were the red flags that I have already mentioned. Red flag number two, no roadmap. Where's the roadmap? You're not showing us any roadmap in terms of what you're doing in the future. You're not getting us excited about anything in the future. Like, let's say if you showcased a Spider-Man in VR, fully fledged Spider-Man 2 game. Imagine if they released both Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man Morales and the original Spider-Man, all three games fully functional in VR. Imagine the sales, the soaring sales that you would get. Imagine the sales if they announced The Last of Us in VR, to relive The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 in VR. Imagine that. Imagine if they announced the God of War 1 and God of War 2 Ragnarok in VR. Imagine if they have announced all of those games, right? Or if they had announced like SOCOM Navy SEALs in VR, that would be a perfect game as well. If they had announced all of those big heavy hitters that they have, if they have announced it in VR, if they did that, that would be like, all right, people would easily jump on this and they would easily pay $600, right? But we're not seeing that. We're not seeing any roadmap as of now, and it makes you wonder. The sales are not good. They're not selling well. Barely any advertisements. No roadmap to show you what they're going to do in the future. I don't care about a third-party VR games. I can get that on Oculus Quest. I can get that on Windows Mixed Reality for cheaper. For $200 headset without any computer, I can get those games. Okay, I don't care about third-party games. I care about exclusivity. All right, that's why you want to buy this, for the exclusivity. And right now, there are no any big heavy hitters other than just Gran Turismo 7 and the Call of the Mountain. Those are the two. And that's not enough. I'm sorry. Even though I love Gran Turismo, I like it, I love it, but Gran Turismo 7 is just not enough to justify $600. Okay? So, let's go to red flag number 3. Where is the application on the PlayStation VR store, PlayStation VR 2 store? How come we don't see any applications? Like a big screen VR. We don't see any social applications being implemented. We don't see VR chat. We don't see none of those other applications that are available on Oculus Quest. And Oculus Quest, it's cheaper. It's $250. $250 is cheaper, and you get more stuff, tons of applications on MetaQuest from Facebook and others, and tons of applications that you can use and have fun with it. Where are all of those applications? I don't see anybody jumping on board to create any applications, right? Chat, social applications. I don't see any of that stuff. All right. I don't see big screen VR. I don't see, hell, you don't even see Amazon. You know how the Oculus Quest has the Amazon, where you walk into a movie theater and you're watching with others inside a movie theater. Oculus Quest has that. Look, man, it's pretty bad. So what I'm trying to say, and this is coming from somebody who already has played with PlayStation VR 2 for a month and a half, and I have a pretty good handle on this VR headset because I have spent a month and a half with this VR headset, so I'm pretty much hands-on with what this VR headset it's all about. The positives are it's technology, and that's the sad part. The PlayStation VR 2 has a great potential, but I don't know what Sony is doing. Sony really reminds me of Stadia with the PlayStation VR 2. They're just being quiet, just like Stadia was quiet, and we all knew that the Titanic is going to hit the iceberg. It's going to happen. And I have a feeling that the PlayStation VR 2 is going to end up in that same road, hitting the Titanic ship with the iceberg. I hate to use that metaphor, but the Titanic hitting the iceberg, it's definitely the best metaphor that I can use. So, yeah, this worries me right now, man. I'm worried because when you don't hear anything from Sony, when you don't hear anything from them with any kind of roadmap, they haven't answered any questions as to why you cannot buy it in other stores. I mean, if you want to make sales, sell it everywhere. Why are you just selling it from PlayStation Direct? If you're only selling it from your website, that means that Bloomberg is right. That means that you have cut down production from 2 million to 1 million because you know that this thing's not going to work that well. But here's my question to Sony. Why even bother releasing this thing if you're not going to put any effort? If you're not going to have any roadmap? Why even bother having a production of this? Why even release it if you're not going to be serious about it? If you're not going to invest any money into it? Why even bother releasing this damn thing? This is such a weird product that Sony has released. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, it's almost like they want this to fail. I never seen, other than Stadia, where you invest money, you build the product, and you want the product to fail. That's why I'm using Stadia as one example to PlayStation VR 2, because it looks like a Stadia, like waiting to happen, like dead on arrival. Now, I don't want you to panic. This still can be fixed, but so far Sony has yet to do anything. They have yet to make any statements. Jim Ryan has yet to make any statements. No one's making any statements. That tells me that we're on a Titanic ship, and maybe it's time now to jump on a lifeboat and just save yourself. Pull Billy Zane, Billy Zane, when he jumps on when he pushes everybody else and he jumps on a lifeboat. Yeah, that's the kind of a thing right now. So, look, man, I'm worried. And it's sad that PlayStation VR 2, it's not selling well, but you only have Sony to blame for that. I mean, Sony hasn't even included a ability for me to read chat on the live stream. That's how bad it is, dude. You can't even read the live chat. A simple update, firmware update, with like maybe 1 megabyte would have fixed that problem where you can read the chat when you're live streaming. They don't even have that, which is disappointing. So there's so many weird things going on with this device, man. I can't walk into a store and buy it. I can't buy an additional Sense controllers. If my Sense controllers, if your Sense controllers, if they break, guess what? You're gonna have to spend another $600. You have to buy this headset all over again. You will have to buy this headset all over again, unless you want to go to eBay and some guy is gonna sell it to you for like even more money. I don't know, but this is crazy. When you look at PlayStation VR 1, dude, in 2016, you were able to, for $400, you were able to go and buy this thing everywhere. Best Buy, GameStop, EB Games, Walmart, you name it. Any higgy-jiggy store out there that sells games and electronics, you were able to buy it. They even had a demo stations. A demo station. That's another red flag. Here, you don't even have a demo station. How are you going to convince people to cash out $600 if you don't even have a demo station for them to try it out? These are all red flags, man, of failure. Anyone with any common sense, with logical thinking using this brain inside the skull, would understand that. And I'm afraid to say it, but only Sony, you brought this onto yourself. Sony, PlayStation, you brought this onto yourself. You did this to yourself. And for the life of me, it's a big mystery. I will never understand why you did this. Why? Why invest money into something and then sacrifice it? I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. It's almost like some kind of a ritual or something. I don't know, some kind of Illuminati ritual where, you know, you sacrifice your great engineering investment and then you sacrifice it. I don't know. This is not good, guys, all right? It only sold around 270,000 units. It took a month. Oh, I'm going to end this video by saying this. Let me leave you with this statement. This PlayStation VR 2 sold only 270,000 units worldwide. Worldwide, and it took 1 month to sell even 270,000 units. Worldwide, they only sold 250,000. Worldwide, and it took about 31 days, a month. That's not good. That's horrendous. That's terrible. That's a failure. I don't know how they can climb back from this. Guys, it's disappointing, and it's disappointing for me too, because I might have to go back to my original channel, Mr. 4K Upscaler, and just I'll wait maybe 1 more month to see how this PlayStation VR 2 goes, and I might call it a day with this thing. I don't think I'm gonna invest any more money into this device if I don't see any improvements a month from now. By the end of April, beginning of May, I'll give it a 1 month. I'll be fair, just like I was fair with Stadia. I'll give it a 1 month. By the end of April, beginning of May, if I don't see any roadmap, if I don't see anything good, if I don't see any sign of hope, if I don't see any sign of hope, well, this will be it. I'll go back to Mr. 4K Upscaler, my original channel, and that's it. I'll just move on doing what I've been always doing, you know. But yeah, it sucks. This is not good. This sucks. And but let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think. Am I tripping? Am I being over dramatic? I don't think I am. I think this is a sign of weakness. This is a sign of defeat. if you only sold 270,000 units and it took you 1 month to sell 250,000. Okay, let me end the video again by saying this. Hopefully this it's something that echoes in your mind. It took Sony PlayStation VR 2 headset to sell a lousy 270,000 units worldwide. Worldwide. It took them 31 days just to sell a measly 270,000 units. That's bad for worldwide. It would be bad domestically, let alone worldwide. But worldwide, I would have just shut down the production. I would cancel this product and that's it. And hide somewhere in the mountains where no one can find me. Sorry guys, it is what it is. Yep. I'm going to give it a 1 more month. And if I don't see any hope by the end of April, beginning of May, if I don't see any hope, then I'll just go back to my Mr. 4K Upscaler channel and that's it. So, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's pretty bad. It is what it is. But should we all be shocked? Honestly, there was too many red flags. There was too many red flags. Too many red flags. Look, he was right. Man, he was right about a lot of things. Dreamcast guy, shout out to Dreamcast guy. He was right. That's why I said I'm not buying this. And here's the reason why I'm not buying it. Too many red flags, including the price tag, when there's better options out there for less money, you know. So, yeah. Sorry. I know this video is not going to be feasible for Sony PlayStation VR 2 fanboys, but it's better that you hear it from me. It's better that you hear it from a Bloomberg than for you to hear it from Jim Ryan saying that they're going to cut production and they're going to cancel this product. They're going to issue the refund for those who want it. You know, it's better that you hear it from me than to hear it from Jim Ryan like that by the end of this year. Because eventually they'll have to do that. They'll have to stop production of this. Because if they're not making enough money, if they're not selling, they're not going to care. They're not going to invest money into this if it's not selling. That's just business. I said the same thing about Stadia. And what happened? Took a couple of years, but eventually it happened. And I think the same thing will happen here if they don't shift the gear, if they don't start pulling some weight. We're going to end up in the same Titanic ship that we ended up on a Stadia. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Let me know what you think. And happy Easter. And I'll see you soon. I've been busy, honestly, guys. I've been like super busy. But I'll see you soon. Take care.